Is this thing on? Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. I guess we're just going to be kind of askew. Let's do this.
It's fine.
Let's do that. Can you hear us? If you're in the chat, let me know if you can hear us. Obviously, we haven't done a live stream in a while because we've been busy. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then I am going to invite my friend ChatGPT to the stream tonight, and it will be prompting us for prediction categories. So let me listen to my volume here, make sure it's okay. Okay, good. So hopefully you'll be able to hear Richard. I know he's not nearly as loud as I am.
I'm loud.
So let me start off first with what's been going on at Rich Cat Ranch. I know you guys have heard me hinting at the possibility that we were going to be moving, and we've been thinking about it for a while. So if all goes well, we're closing on a property next week. I know. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
It'll be our forever home because, you know, a 30-year mortgage means you're going to be seeing some really, really old fogies doing live streams before the place is paid off. But again, a little over 3 acres. Step one for us is going to be to get up at least some temporary fencing as soon after close as possible so that we can keep the animals kind of contained while they're just learning the new smells and sounds. I say sounds. It is so quiet there. It's so peaceful and quiet there that it's unbelievable. And then we'll decide where the permanent fencing needs to go. The whole 3 acres is fenced, but we want to have some separated sections because I already have these visions that if we didn't have some sort of like yards fenced off, the dogs would, you know, take off as far away from the house as they could get, and it'd be all we could do to get them to come back up. Or same with Cabo and Delilah. And we're obviously going to be just learning about it too and getting the vibe and feeling comfortable early on. So that's going to be a big project in and of itself. There's nothing else that needs to be done at the property. We will be learning, I'm sure a lot of you already know about these things, about well water. We have a well. There's not even city water hooked up to the property. It's available, but if we can get by with just a well, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to be learning about a septic system. So no sewer for us. I have already got our electric service scheduled. Internet is scheduled. It's not Spectrum. And trash pickup. So since we won't have city water and sewer, we have to have a separate trash pickup system. And we're fortunate because the seller in the seller's disclosures had provided us with the names of the companies and you know, people that she uses for services now. And so like trash pickup, we're just going with the same service. Homeowners insurance, even we went ahead and just called the company that provides her homeowners insurance now, because we figure, you know, they already know the property, they know the claims history, all those kind of things, and that it might be an easier transition to just switch to that company for our homeowners insurance. So that's set up. All we're waiting on right now, when the appraiser went out, oh, and that's some good news. When the appraiser went out week before last, week before last, the property's in great shape. There was an access to the water heater that has to be unscrewed. It doesn't have a traditional door that you just open to look at the water heater. It was a she, wasn't it? It was a lady. It wasn't a man.
So, yeah.
And she couldn't see the water heater. So the seller or the seller's agent or somebody was supposed to go and open up that panel so that she can go back and look at the water heater. And there's some paint on the railing of the front porch that's peeling. We're getting a VA loan. Richard is a veteran, in case you're new here. And the VA is very protective of veterans. So we learned that the reason the peeling or chipping paint on the railing around the porch is an issue is because of the potential for there to be lead-based paints that I guess are more dangerous if, the surface is not sealed properly. So we're just waiting for word that that has been stripped, primed, and painted, and that access has been opened so that the appraiser can go back out one more time and just verify that everything is good. We know everything is good.
Yeah.
And everything has been good. So we had to get the well water tested, and what else did we have to do? Oh, had to do the termite inspection, all those things you have to do. And everything has come back great. So we know it's all going to be great. But again, the VA is very protective of veterans. So they have to see it for themselves. So that could push closing out a little bit. We were originally scheduled to close on Monday, but it is a holiday week, and we still haven't heard that those things are completed and ready for the appraiser to go back out and look. But we're just in a hurry up and wait mode. And the whole journey, man, we've learned so much about home buying and being patient and just what's involved. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you, though, so when the appraiser went out to check the property actually appraised at much higher than what we're paying for it. How often does that happen? So that's some good news. And I feel like that's just another sign that this really is the perfect property for us. So I don't know yet what we'll be doing with all the 3 acres. I am going to be more committed to composting manure, Cabo and Delilah's manure, because the trash pickup company does not pick up manure. And ChatGPT is actually helping me, put my plan together for keeping up with some compost piles. Oh, there is a comment, isn't there? Jerry, hey, thanks for being here. Anyway, so we are beyond excited, but we're still kind of nervous. There's that thing in the back of my mind anyway, that something could happen and it won't happen. But everything is lined up so beautifully that it's hard to believe that, the universe would have brought us this far just to drop us at the curb at the last minute. So again, right now we're just waiting for that email back from our agent. He's our liaison with the seller's agent, that everything has been completed so that the lender can have the VA appraiser go back out again and check those last 2 things. So I think worst case scenario, we would close like on Wednesday next week. So we'll still be moving by this time next weekend. Yes, we're buying a new place. So we've been packing. You don't know how much stuff you have until you have to pack it to move. So we've given away some things already. I gave away a lot of clothes. That was my first step. I went through the big master closet because I've known for a long time I have a lot of clothes that I haven't worn. I mean, I have a dress, or I had a dress, for example, that I bought for the first Geezer Gamer convention back in 2006. And I haven't worn it since then. And now it didn't fit anyway after this long. So I posted in our little neighborhood Facebook group that I had some clothes I wanted to gift to someone or donate to an organization. And a lady that responded said that she and her daughters would love to have them and could put them to good use. So she came to pick them up. But before she came to pick them up, because obviously we had to arrange a time for her to stop by and pick them up. And I thought I kind of recognized her name when she commented, but I thought, she may just be somebody that comments in the group a lot, and I just sort of recognize it. So I went to message her to send her my address. She is a lady. I don't know that I told you guys about this, but this year, so like around March or so this year, I think it was February or March, she had posted in the group that she was collecting like formal dresses, prom dresses, banquet dresses and stuff for girls and young women that are financially challenged or in the foster system, things like that, where there might not be a lot of money for them to go and buy something pretty and fun and nice for end of school stuff. Well, I had a whole closet of dresses that the girls, my daughters, wore, over the course of the last 20 years that were just sitting in the closet, and they didn't want them, which is why they were still sitting in my closet. So she came and picked them up. It was that lady. So when I went to message her and I saw that I'd already messaged her about something, and then right away it was obvious I had messaged her because she works with an organization that, again, serves underprivileged or, just, again, financially challenged people. And so right away I thought, well, this is a perfect fit, because even if there's something among the items I give her that she doesn't like, or it doesn't fit, or they don't want it for whatever reason, I know it'll go on to someone else that can use it. So that felt pretty good. And that felt like the first clue that, things were really lining up right. It just felt like a little sign that, okay, yeah, you're doing this the right way. So we've had more of those than I can count. One day I'll share more of them with you. But again, right now, it's hard to wait. It's hard, even as confident as we are, it's hard to wait. So that's not what tonight's stream is about, but I thought I would fill you in case you wonder where we've been, because we really have been very busy. I've worked, I think, a little more in the house, packing things, wrapping and packing things in boxes. And Richard has been more involved in taking down structures. It's funny, just today when we were taking down an addition that we put on the workshop here, and I'm looking at all this lumber and pave stones, and my brain is doing the math of how much money we have spent upgrading things and adding on to things and building structures, from the ground up to house the animals and have places for them. And so I think it's going to come in handy that we've already got a lot of this stuff. And then we found a great deal on Facebook Marketplace, and we bought some rolls of horse fencing. And that'll be a big part of what we use to do some of these temporary sections where we're going to keep the animals. It's about an hour and 20 minutes from us, Jerry. I'll message you or call you, Jerry, and give you the details on it. Hey, Joe, how are you? Nice to see you. Happy New Year. It is New Year already in a bunch of places in the world. I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, the new place is 3.13 acres. The house itself is like 1,750 square feet. So it's the house we're in now is about 1,450 square feet. So, and when we went to look at it, we both left saying, this is like a show home. It's unbelievably perfect and beautiful. So, light your candles for us so we can, get through these last few days while we're waiting for these confirmations that all the work that needed to be done is done and the second appraisal has happened. And yeah, Joe's in Australia, so it's been New Year's there already for a while.
In Australia,
it is here in Australia, because I said it's already New Year's in some parts of the world, and I knew he was in Australia. That's what made me remember to say that. So anyway, so tonight, I don't even know why this memory came to me, but as the kids were growing up, so as soon as they were old enough to, kind of be aware of what was happening in the world with people and politics and just the planet in general, every year for New Year's Eve, we would all write down a prediction or however many predictions we wanted to make. And then those would get sealed into an envelope. And then the next year, New Year's Eve, we would open up our envelope before we made our new predictions to see if any of our predictions came true. And that was just always fun. There were always at least a couple that were really out there, but then it would, make me think, wow, they're really thinking about this. And then my one, like jaw-dropping story, maybe a lot of people predicted this, and who knows, when you make predictions, I'm sure that the thoughts come to you from a lot of different things. Maybe you heard something or saw something, or you read something, something. But back in 1994, so New Year's Eve of 1994, I predicted that a high-profile, well-known, well-liked political leader would be assassinated, and the world would absolutely be shocked. It would just be devastating to the world. So in November of that next year, Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated. you know, when we all got together then at New Year's Eve that next year, that was the first thing everybody came. Prime Minister of Israel, wasn't he? Yitzhak Rabin?
I don't know. I never heard of that.
Yeah. So again, when I made the prediction, I didn't say who it was. I didn't know who it was.
Oh, I see.
I just said that there would be a high profile, big news assassination. And sure enough, you don't get much bigger news than the prime minister or president of Israel or whatever he was. So that's what we're shooting for tonight. We haven't done it in a long time now because the kids are all grown and on their own. They have their own families. They do their own things. So we don't get together for New Year's Eve. But Richard has even done the New Year's Eve thing with me and the kids too, when they were still, you know, because they were still young enough when we got together that they weren't married and involved and had children of their own. And let's see. So it is New Year's in Australia. And then New Zealand was first, then the east coast of Australia, New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania, then Queensland, South Australia, the North Territory, then Western Australia. Pretty spread out here. You have more time zones than we have here in the U.S. then. And Joe remembers that assassination. Yeah. We were doing some live streams on Thursday nights together for a while. But again, life just got kind of busy. And then we started our house hunting. And so, oh gosh, I want to say for 6 weeks or so, all we did every spare minute we had, we were both on our computers, you know, looking through all the listings for properties that had acreage. And we saw a lot of properties, and we even put an offer on a property right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And fortunately that fell through. We exercised our option to get out of that contract and that offer, because when we made the offer, obviously the inspection hadn't happened yet. And when the inspection report came back, wow, again, there's a sign someone was looking out for us to keep us from making a bad decision, because that was just dangerous. There were things in that house that were dangerous. It's a beautiful area. There was a lot of potential there, but it was only 1 acre also. So we were already kind of settling, but we still thought that we could make it work, and we could have made it work because we're pretty resourceful people. But what made me say that? Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
So I was just explaining to Joe that that's why we haven't been doing our Thursday live streams, because, you know, for a couple of months at least, we were just hunting for properties. And then every free minute we had, we were going and looking at properties. So again, we've learned so much about just being patient, and we haven't, Jerry. Yeah, I've been a bad friend too to not call and check up on you more, but we have not had much free time at all. So we're going to be getting caught up, and tonight will just be sort of our entry back into doing something together on the channel live. And let's see. Usually miss them as you're at work. Yeah. And I don't know. See, so it's 7:20 here. Oh, so what is it, like 10 o'clock or so in the morning there?
I say 11:20, wherever that is.
Okay, Joe says hi to Jerry. Jerry says hi to Joe. Got a nice hat there, Rich. What does it say? Argyle Feed. That used to be our feed store, but they've moved. And oh, it's 12:20 there already. Wow. Okay. So,
wow.
So how's 2026 going so far, Joe? Tell me that. Anyway, so here's how it's going to work tonight. I hope it's going to work. I have ChatGPT here, and ChatGPT is going to prompt us with some categories. So we haven't talked about this yet. We haven't thought about it yet. I asked Richard literally, 5 hours ago, hey, you want to do a live stream with me tonight? Remember when we used to make our predictions on New Year's Eve? And he said, oh, yeah, sure.
Sure.
So that's what we're doing. And we're just going to be thinking of them off the top of our heads, which, again, is very much like it was back in the day. Obviously, when we used to do it every year, then leading up to New Year's Eve, we would know that was part of what we were doing. So I'm sure we kind of formed some thoughts before we shared our predictions. But today, it literally just came to me today. And again, I don't know why. I don't know what I might have seen or read or packed that made me remember something. That's probably what it was. I probably packed something that I associated with New Year's Eve or with this tradition. So Yeah, 12:20 on Thursday there. Already halfway through the day one. Yeah. In all fairness, I can't predict how 2026 will go. Well, we're going to ask everybody to play along. So maybe once you see what kind of categories and what we're shooting for, you can make your guesses. So ChatGPT will give us like some broad categories, science and technology or something. And then it will ask us. I think it's got like 3 subcategories it's going to ask us, and I don't remember what they were. It's like a hopeful. What's a hopeful prediction you have for this broad category? And then what did it tell me?
I don't know.
So it told me those 3 subcategories, but it's just going to be a surprise when it starts spitting out the broad categories. So hopefully it'll work the way I think it's going to work. And then we'll have I'll put these up as we make these predictions. I'll put them up on the screen for you so that you can keep track of what we're saying. And then next year, maybe we'll take a peek back at this stream and we'll see if we got any of these right. So I don't even know. I'm kind of nervous because I just don't even know what I would pick. We haven't had a lot of time to be following the news lately because we've been so busy house hunting and then packing and signing contracts and scheduling inspections and stuff. So let's see what we get. Let's see. 2025 was an absolute wildfire of a year. It seems like Australia has a lot of challenges, like nature type challenges, huh? Okay, so I am going to, here's part of why I hope this is going to work. I have ChatGPT up on the computer here because it's easier for me to see, but I want to speak into the phone. I could probably speak into the computer with it, but I don't know if it would pick me up as well. I guess I could just try that.
Why it wouldn't?
Okay, we're going to try that here. So here's what I'm going to, so welcome ChatGPT. And if you want to see that, let me see. I don't think I can add 2 different. No, I can't. Okay, so I don't think I'll be able to show you what it's showing me, but it's just a chat with ChatGPT. If you haven't used ChatGPT, check it out. But if you have used ChatGPT, you know what I'm talking about. So let me just try to see if I can dictate it here. Hello, ChatGPT. We are ready for our first broad category so that we can start making some predictions for 2026. What do you got for me? Oh, I got to send it.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see what he says. All right, here we go. First category coming up. Broad category is science and technology. Take a breath, don't overthink it, and let first impressions lead. For science and technology in 2026, I'd like you to make 3 separate predictions. So number 1 is one hopeful prediction, something you genuinely hope science or technology moves forward on, big or small. So I'm going to put this up here, and science and technology. So I want, okay, here's my hopeful one, that like something along the lines of Elon Musk's, I don't remember what it's called, but he has developed a transplant or some sort of device that can restore sight. I think it's even already been tried. Wow. And it sounds like it's going to work. So my prediction is going to be that this is my hopeful one. Yeah, there's how that would work. So there's mine. What's yours?
I don't know. I'm still thinking.
What would be a hopeful?
I don't know.
Or if you don't have another one, that's fine. We can just make one work for us. But do you have a hopeful thing? And so now that I've done that one, does that maybe give you any ideas?
I don't know, really.
Okay, so let's skip that one and let's go to the next small category. One concerning prediction. One concerning prediction. I didn't bring my water. Not a guaranteed disaster, just an area where the conditions exist for trouble.
What the heck?
Wow. Okay. So, and this is in the science and technology category. So I think AI is definitely considered technology, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So my concern, because I've been on a soapbox about this lots of times, is that AI will become so much more difficult to identify, and a lot of people are going to get hurt or they're going to lose money, which I mean, that could still hurt them
Yeah.
because they're going to fall for some sort of AI scams. I mean, I think it's already happening.
Oh my, that's what mine was.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. What this must be a sign that we were meant to do a live stream tonight. Okay, Joe's prediction is my prediction for the broad category of science and technology in 2026 is that we can find a way to prevent electric vehicle battery fires. Oh, that's a thing. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
That is a thing. Okay. So, that AI will become so to
Hmm.
scams. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last little category is in the science and technology broad category, one prediction that's like this would surprise me but not shock me prediction. Science and technology.
Hmm.
I mean, I think I know what mine is. And it could be that maybe the next category will be something that is more,
Right. Sure.
because the thing here's something that would surprise me but not shock me, that we are gonna really start seeing like implants in people that are used to track them, or I don't know how to say it. Because I've thought for a long time, I think this may have been a prediction one year, that there would be a day where we would have some sort of implant. I always imagined it would be in the palm, and that implant, it would have all of your identifying information. So the good side of that is, like, say you're in a wreck and you're unconscious or you're injured to the point that you can't communicate, and in this little chip that would then be scanned like a microchip on a dog, except it'd have more information, and it could say that you're diabetic, or that you have to have heart medicine, or and it would give your name, it would give your next of kin,
Yeah.
it would say, I got pets at home, please go help my pets since I'm incapacitated. And it would also have like your bank cards. You go to the grocery store and you just swipe your hand to pay for your groceries, or you're going to the movie theater, you swipe your hand to buy a ticket.
Yeah. Why not?
So I think that would surprise me if it would really happen, because I don't think we're that close to doing that, but it wouldn't shock me because I've been imagining that for a long time. And again, I can see a lot of good there, just like a microchip in a dog. I can see a lot of good there. I know for a while there was a thing, wasn't it a real thing, that people were like putting some sort of implant or something in their kids, and if their kids then ever got lost or kidnapped or something,
I never heard of that.
or did I read that in a book?
You probably read it in a book.
But that would be mine. You got a different one?
Oh my God, that's what I was thinking.
Wow, I love it that we're this in sync. I'm going to call them
Implants.
just implants.
I can't think. Oh.
Okay, so see. Then I'm supposed to tell ChatGPT. It says, when you're ready, read your 3 predictions back to me exactly as written, and then we'll move on to the next category. And the reason it asked me to do this, it told me it was going to ask me to do it this way so that it doesn't overlap too much with any of the things it's going to ask me down the road. Like now it'll know, okay, don't ask me about what do you think will happen with AI. Now it'll see that.
You could take that out and start it with
Okay,
AI.
yeah, let's do that.
There.
Okay. All right, so let me read these to ChatGPT. Okay, here are our 3 responses that give you what our predictions are in each of those subcategories for science and technology. Number 1, the hopeful prediction, a technology will be developed that will restore sight to blind people. Number 2, AI will become so difficult to identify that many people will be harmed by falling for scams. That was the concerning prediction, by the way. And number 3, this would surprise me but not shock me prediction is implants or implant devices will be placed into people's bodies to identify them, store health information, bank and payment methods information, and it could be easily used to track activity. Let's see if he says anything about that. I always say he. I don't know if it's a he. Okay. So here's some fun facts. And it did tell me it'll do this too. So first, ChatGPT says, got it. I've logged all 3 as locked. Thank you for reading them exactly as written. I guess I fudged a little because I said implants or implant devices. Here's a quick neutral bit of context, not a hint, just perspective, and then we'll roll forward. Brief historical contextual notes after the fact only. I wish I could figure out a way to, oh, you know what I want to do? So we're going to take this off right now. And we're going to just share that whole screen. That way I can just put these, share screen, entire screen, screen 2. Okay. That way. Okay. So that way I can do this. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see that? Why is that so small? Oh, let's take this off. And then before I read the rest of what he said, I mean, y'all can read it too. Why did it do that? No. Okay, we'll just make that work. I guess I want this the same size as that one though, don't I? Okay. I don't know why we're so far over there. Why are we so? Oh, because it's the whole screen. Okay. Well, we'll just have to make it work. First, let's look at this. So here was Joe's concerning prediction. In Australia, I worry about fires in and around renewable energy facilities. It actually happened at a solar farm near me a month or 2 back. Yikes. People don't think about that stuff. I mean, again, I think of the stories of the terrible fires you guys have had. But I think more about its impact on like animals and plants and things. I hadn't considered really how much more devastating it would be if it destroyed something that you rely on so much. Okay. And then his surprising prediction, I hope that people can have some sort of device on them that can help people with any illness or disorder, whether it be a wearable or a handheld device. It would help. Again, I'd love to see that. That's more like my hopeful one. I was going along the same way as you were, Kat, but mine involves some sort of wearable or smart device. Yeah, maybe for me to think it's an implant may just be my like science fiction movie, my love of science fiction movies. And I guess I'm thinking implant because that way you can't lose it. No one can take it from you. I mean, I guess they could cut your hand off, but I don't know why they'd do that. And then, then subscribe to become a part of our family. Okay, so let's go back now to reading what ChatGPT said. That went all the way to the top, didn't it? Okay. So, some fun facts. On Restoring Sight, breakthroughs in medicine often arrive incrementally and then suddenly feel dramatic to the public. Many life-changing technologies weren't perfect when they first appeared. They were good enough to matter, and that was the turning point. On AI scams, historically, every major communication leap, printing press, telephone, email, internet, was followed by a surge in deception before society learned how to recognize and defend against it. Yeah, if you haven't seen my last Cat Chat Live where I interviewed my friend Gordy Seward, that he talked about that kind of stuff. The harm usually comes from lag time, not the technology itself. And then on implants and identification, one consistent pattern: when convenience, health, and security overlap, adoption happens faster than people expect, often framed as optional at first, then normalized through usefulness rather than force. That's it, context only, no judgment, no steering. Now, the next broad category is medical and health breakthroughs. Same structure, fresh lens. For medical and health in 2026, I'd like you to make one hopeful prediction, one concerning prediction, and one this would surprise me but not shock me prediction. Take your time, discuss freely. Okay, so now let's put ourselves up here and talk about it. One hopeful prediction for medical and health breakthroughs. So I'm still very hopeful that a cure will be announced, because I think there's cures out there that haven't been announced for whatever reason. But a cure for cancer will be announced. It's a toss-up. Cancer or Alzheimer's. I've been reading some things about some really promising treatments and cures for Alzheimer's. But I just wonder, with all the time and money and effort and study of cancer, why?
They won't
Oh,
find
I know.
cures.
There's a cure there. There's a cure
But
out
they
there.
won't ever
And
tell
I
you.
still think it's going to be some
There's too much
naturally occurring thing
Oh, I don't know.
that you could grow in your own backyard or cook in your own kitchen
Yeah.
or inject into your own arm or whatever. But there's, I don't know, that's a whole nother show about my distaste for big pharma. You know, if there's not a way to code it so that your insurance can either pay it or deny it and the doctor can make money off of it. Are we back? We got to let it catch up with the lag. y'all, this is another reason we haven't been doing these lives, because we have the worst internet in the world. Spectrum, shame on you. I tried to cancel it even. I don't know why I can't find my hotspot tethering. Yeah, okay, good, we're back. I had to do that when I did my last Friday Cat Chat Live with my friend Gordy. I had to use my hotspot tethering thing from my phone because the internet went out 15 minutes before the show was supposed to start. So I tried to cancel it like a week or so ago, and they passed me over to what is customer solutions, retention or whatever. And I told them I want to cancel it. I'm tired of this. We're paying way too much. We pay a ridiculous amount a month, y'all, and it only works half the time, if that. Okay, now I can't find my. Where is it? Mobile hotspot and tethering. Okay, Bluetooth tethering, mobile hotspot. Okay, now let's see if that comes up here. Okay, I am doing the Bluetooth tethering thing off my phone. We're using our mobile data. And I'll finish my story. So I tried to cancel the Spectrum. Y'all, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And every time the wind blows, the internet goes out here. No kidding. So this lady talks me into, she says, okay, first you're not going to pay anything this month. And I'm going to upgrade you to our gig, whatever it's called, the new Spectrum thing.
Let's not get sidetracked.
Oh, I'm just apologizing because we have crummy internet and you guys have had to wait. So, okay, so let me put this over here. Okay, yes, we're back. And I think we'll stay now because I'm just going to use my phone. But we can kind of tell because the TV's on, and the TV, it'll pop up a message that no internet or whatever. But let's go back to the medical and health. One hopeful prediction. What was I going to say? Oh, and let me put this back up on the screen. Oh, how did that get turned off? Share screen. Okay. Why isn't it there? Share screen. Entire screen. Okay, we'll put this back up. And hopeful prediction for medical and health. I don't know if it even got any of that.
The internet don't give us a heart attack.
A cure for cancer will be announced. That's simple enough. That's a hope.
Yeah, sure.
And then a concerning prediction for medical and health breakthroughs.
The internet's going to give us a heart attack.
Or cancer. A concerning prediction for medical and health.
Staring at the computer screen will make you go blind.
How's that medical and health?
It's medical.
Health breakthroughs. Uh-oh. Medical and health breakthroughs.
That's fine.
So, maybe a concerning prediction. This would be like a health breakthrough, and a concerning prediction could be that it will be discovered that I'm thinking of like some everyday thing
that shot, you'll get the flu.
Oh wow, it'll be I don't know how to word that because I think a lot of people already know that or believe that anyway. It's getting cold in here, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Maybe just shut the back door. It's been so nice and warm here after we had 2 nights of below zero. I mean, not below zero, below freezing temperatures. So I guess my concerning more in the health breakthroughs. I don't know if this is let me put it this way. Over vaccination does indeed cause autism in some children. I don't know. I'm not really necessarily saying I stand on either side of the line. All of my kids were vaccinated, but my kids are older enough now that it wasn't, I don't even know how many vaccinations kids have to get now, but my perception is it's like 10 times the number of vaccines my kids had to get. And my kids already had to get like 5 times more vaccinations than I had to get as a kid.
Huh.
But I think that's a concerning prediction. But it'll be still considered a breakthrough because then it'll really wake up some people that I don't know have not been thoughtful enough in recommending the schedules and deciding what goes into these vaccines. And then this would surprise me but not shock me prediction in the medical and health breakthroughs category. This would surprise me but not shock me.
That makes you think too hard.
No. I think it's going to be something along the lines of, okay, we're going to tie it back into cancer. The thing that would surprise me but not shock me is that
excuse me. Ugh.
okay, so the cure for cancer, this is it'll surprise me, but it won't shock me that the cure for cancer will be found to have been an everyday item or food that if not just eaten or used in great enough quantities frequently enough, it eliminates something in the body that is directly related to T cell abnormalities. Because if I understand correctly, that's what's responsible for triggering cancer cells. We'll find out when I read these to Chat GPT. Okay, so now let's put this over here. And I can't do that. I can't read this. Let's put this over here then. Let's put this over here. And let's me read what I said there. All right, in the the medical and health breakthroughs category, the hopeful prediction is that a cure for cancer will be announced. The concerning prediction will be that it will be discovered that over-vaccination does indeed cause autism in some children. And this would surprise me but not shock me prediction is that the cure for cancer will be found to have been an everyday item or food that, if eaten or used in great enough quantities frequently enough, it eliminates something in the body that is directly related to T cell abnormalities. Let's see if I got all that. Oh, and there go the fireworks already. Well, let's send it. Oh, I guess I could have left that on there. All right, so it says, thank you. I've logged all 3 exactly as stated, and I'm treating them as locked. Before we move on, here's the same kind after the fact neutral context I've been giving. Not validation, not correction, not steering, just historical perspective so the audience stays oriented. Brief historical / contextual notes after the fact only. on a cure for cancer, quote unquote. Historically, cancer advances tend to arrive as redefinitions rather than single silver bullets. Cures for specific cancers at specific stages under specific conditions, which the public often later remembers as the year cancer was cured. Language matters a lot here. On vaccination concerns. Throughout modern medical history, periods of rapid public health intervention have often been followed by intense scrutiny, debate, and re-examination of safety practices, sometimes leading to refinements, sometimes to clearer reassurance, sometimes to prolonged controversy. These moments are as much about trust and communication as science itself. And then on everyday substances and immunity, some of the most impactful medical discoveries came from ordinary things hiding in plain sight: mold, plants, minerals, diet patterns, whose mechanisms weren't understood until much later. Immune system discoveries, especially those involving T cells, often reframe existing knowledge rather than replace it outright. Okay, that's all. Context only, no commentary on likelihood. Next broad category, entertainment and culture. Okay, entertainment and culture. So in the entertainment and culture category, we need one hopeful prediction, one concerning prediction, and one this would surprise me but not shock me prediction. A hopeful prediction in entertainment and culture. So the first thing that comes to mind for me, oh, he's checking the outside cameras, y'all. Oh, trying to see the fireworks?
No, I'm trying to see if I'm on the level.
Oh, did you pin them up front already?
Yeah.
Okay. They're probably in the barn then.
No, they're not. They're right there.
Oh. Then they look fine, but look at her. She's standing guard. Delilah's right in the middle of the paddock, guarding her property because she can hear those fireworks. And Cabo, I guess, he knows she's on it, so he's not worried about it. He's just eating hay. Okay, so the first thing, you're going to make me forget what I was going to say. A hopeful prediction that relates to entertainment and culture. A hopeful prediction. Entertainment and culture. So I want to say that it's so common to hear stories of like celebrities, right? Mm-hmm. That they do drugs or they drink in excess and then they get hurt or they get killed or they kill somebody but they're such popular celebrities and they kind of get a pass and people keep supporting them and seeing their movies and stuff. So I would consider it a hopeful prediction that the Screen Actors Guild or some kind of governing body or authority, I don't know really what the Screen Actors Guild does, but just like when that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock thing happened, and then I think Will Smith got kicked out of the Screen Actors Guild, didn't he? Or he was banned from going to the Oscars or whatever.
I don't know.
So my hopeful prediction would be that, let's just say, bad behavior. So maybe it's not just drugs and alcohol and stuff, but just bad behavior would result in serious enough consequences for celebrities that it would at least offer some, incentive to clean up their act.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, let's put this on screen. So here's what I'm writing. Celebrities will begin facing real concept. She needs to go outside. Bad behavior. Let's spell it right, y'all. That's going to bug me. Like being kicked out of SAG or being banned from projects or attending functions so that they are more motivated to clean up their acts. So when I make that prediction, I'm imagining some high profile celebrity. You know, there's always something in the news. Okay. There's always something in the news. Some high profile celebrity, again, will behave badly. And then he or she will face a number of these consequences. And it will lead to, you know, first like a public apology or acknowledgement of the behavior, because you can't get better if you don't even acknowledge that you did something that needs to be gotten better about. And then they'll stay out of trouble. Hopeful, again, it's supposed to be a hopeful prediction. It's not supposed to be a realistic prediction. It's supposed to be a hopeful prediction. I don't think it's realistic, but that's a hopeful one, right? Don't you think? Oh, I just realized. Thanks for stopping in, Joe. Have a wonderful 2026. Let's see. I won't contribute to entertainment and culture as I'm not sure what I'm going to think about and write. Oh, here's another one I missed. I recently contributed to a research study through the Queensland Institute of Medical Research in Brisbane. The study is showing whether there are genetic markers in DNA to determine if anxiety could be genetically passed on. How fascinating is that? How fascinating is that? And you can, if you're watching live, if you're part of the rewatch crew, throw your predictions in the comments after the stream is over. If you miss being able to share them in the comments while we're live. Let's see. A concerning prediction in the entertainment and culture category. Yeah, my feet are cold, so I know it's getting cold in here. A concerning. That's so funny. The music on the TV right now, Richard, for that commercial. Oh, no, maybe it's just this. Maybe I need to turn the music down. I hope the music's not too loud.
Probably.
Oh, okay. It's my music. That's funny. It must have started over. A concerning prediction in entertainment and culture.
Oh, I don't know. A concerning prediction. Who thinks of these questions?
ChatGPT? Okay, a concerning. This does concern me because of a movie I watched the other day. Concerning prediction. Children, minor children will be portraying roles that are, let's say, inappropriate.
Yeah.
For them in projects. I don't want to say feature films. There will be little to no pushback from the public or the entities creating the projects. So, and I bring that up because I watched a movie the other day.
Put the comments up and see.
I watched a movie the other day. I don't remember what it was called. It was on, one of whatever streaming service I was looking at, Tubi or something, I think. And just the description of the movie sounded interesting to me. It sounded a little bit like a horror movie, a little bit like maybe sci-fi, supernatural, something like that. And there was just one scene in it where this boy, I think the boy character is probably like 13 or 14. And again, it was like a horror movie. So obviously you kind of expect you're going to see horror things or graphic things. But there was a scene where he's trying to tell this woman that's like going crazy that he can prove something to her. And so he goes, he leaves the room, and then the lady and his little sister go to find him, and he's hung himself. Now, the catch there was that then the body's hanging there, right? And then he looks up at the lady as he's hanging there, and he says, "See, doesn't this prove to you?" I think he's trying to prove to her that what she thinks is not real, and she is going crazy. But there was something really off-putting to me about seeing this boy that was in that role doing that. And part of that I know just comes from, how many more stories do we have to hear about people that take their own lives before we have to also realize that if it becomes something that is seen or it looks cool in a movie or whatever, even if it's, I don't know, again, children, minor children, they don't have their brain all the way developed to understand nuance or look at it the way a grown-up would look at it. I don't know where I'm going with that, but that's a concerning prediction that I would have now, especially since I've seen it in at least one movie. And then this would surprise me but not shock me prediction. In entertainment and culture. I have some funny ones. It would surprise me to learn that, oh wow, I have to be careful what I say here. You don't have anything? What's something in entertainment or culture that it would surprise you, but you wouldn't be shocked to learn? Maybe something about somebody or entertainment and culture. I mean, I could just really be generic and say that like box office numbers are made up.
They make a sequel to another movie.
It would surprise you but not shock you if they made a sequel to what? You would have to name a movie in that situation because there's always going to be sequels.
Mission Impossible 42. I don't know.
It's not time for Mission Impossible 42.
I don't know.
But maybe that's the right way to go with it. Like, it would surprise me but not shock me if they made a sequel to Schindler's List. Something like that. Something that was just so heavy, so dramatic, like does not need a sequel.
Yeah.
But it was also so wildly popular and celebrated as far as awards and yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So now let's read these to ChatGPT. Let me switch my things here. Oh, I got to put this over here. Okay. Okay, here are our responses for the entertainment and culture category. For a hopeful prediction, celebrities will begin facing real consequences for bad behavior, like being kicked out of SAG or being banned from projects or attending functions, so that they're more motivated to clean up their acts. For the concerning prediction, minor children will be portraying roles that are inappropriate for them in projects, and there will be little to no pushback from the public or the entities creating the projects. And then in the this would surprise me but not shock me prediction, a sequel to Schindler's List is made. Let's see what he says about that. Thank you. I've logged all three exactly as stated, and they're treated as locked. As before, here's a brief neutral context pass, not agreement, not disagreement, and not a hint about what comes next, just historical framing so the conversation stays grounded. Brief historical / contextual notes after the fact only on consequences for celebrities. Cultural accountability tends to move in waves. Periods of permissiveness are often followed by institutional crackdowns. guild rules, casting restrictions, quiet exclusions, long before the public realizes a formal shift has occurred. On children in inappropriate roles, entertainment history shows repeated cycles where boundaries are gradually pushed, normalized, and later reassessed, sometimes decades afterward, with public reaction often lagging behind production decisions. And then on sequels to sacred films, every generation eventually revisits its most untouchable cultural artifacts. What was once considered never to be remade or continued often becomes re-examined when the original creators are gone and cultural memory shifts from lived experience to historical distance. That's it, context only. Next broad category.
How many categories?
Well, I'm going to tell him this will be the last one. Okay, so I'm going to tell him that. And I know he'll respond. Absolutely got it. We'll make space exploration and off-world activity the final category and give it a strong, satisfying close. Okay, space exploration and off-world activity. Oh, it's just repeating it? Okay. Hopeful prediction, something you genuinely hope advances or succeeds beyond Earth. One concerning prediction, an area where risk, conflict, or unintended consequences could emerge. And one, this would surprise me but not shock me prediction, something headline worthy that would make people say, no way, followed by, actually, yeah. Okay, so let's put this back over here. Let's put us over here. We'll move this that we can be ready to type. And then we'll talk about a hopeful prediction for space exploration. So there's been a lot of space stuff in the news this year. And boy, I went on some deep dives with 3i Atlas. I still don't know where I stand on that. There are still a lot of YouTubers covering 3i Atlas. And my take at this point is just that it's just something we haven't seen before. It doesn't mean it's extraterrestrial, or I mean, obviously it's extraterrestrial because it's from outside of Earth, but what's a hopeful prediction? I want to find signs of, I don't want to just say signs of life on other planets.
Why not?
Because I want to say signs of intelligent life.
Okay.
Maybe it's an animal. Like, it doesn't have to be a human.
Okay.
I want to find that. The science nerd in me, the sci-fi nerd in me.
You won't ever find that out because they won't ever let it be found out.
Yeah, I know.
So.
And then a concerning prediction, an area where risk, conflict, or unintended consequences could emerge.
Big asteroid's going to hit the Earth.
Oh, heck yeah. A large...
That's funny. We'll wipe out the planet. That's funny. That's funny.
Okay, and then this would surprise me but not shock me prediction. Oh, I mean, I already know what I'm going to say.
That we didn't really land on the moon.
Yeah. Are you joking?
Oh,
Okay, yeah, that really is mine.
Oh, that's funny.
I think that's supposed to be capitalized. Okay. Oh, I got to put this on screen. Okay, so y'all missed it when I was typing these. Signs of intelligent life will be confirmed outside, off of Earth. A large asteroid will hit Earth and cause catastrophic destruction that lasts for decades. And would surprise me but not shock me, we really didn't land on the moon in 1969 or any time before or since then. Okay, so let's move this over here now. Well, let's move this one. Let's move this one. And let's tell ChatGPT what we wrote. All right, here is the final set of predictions in the space exploration category, space exploration and off-world activity. The hopeful prediction is signs of intelligent life will be confirmed outside / off of Earth. The concerning prediction, a large asteroid will hit Earth and cause catastrophic destruction that lasts for decades. And the it'll surprise me but not shock me prediction, we really didn't land on the moon in 1969 or any time before or since then. Let's make sure it got all that. Y'all, and it's funny how I can understand what I typed, even, I mean, what I say, even when I say it wrong or say it again. Thank you. I've logged the three exactly as promised. Here's a brief historical contextual notes on intelligent life beyond Earth. Throughout history, paradigm-shifting discoveries often moved from speculative to confirmed, not because of a single dramatic moment, but because accumulating evidence crossed a credibility threshold. When confirmation happens, it often feels simultaneously shocking and inevitable. On catastrophic asteroid impact, large-scale natural disasters occupy a unique place in human forecasting. Low probability, high consequence. Historically, societies tend to underestimate rare but massive risks until monitoring or mitigation becomes visibly active. On questioning foundational space narratives, periodically societies revisit foundational historical events, not always because new evidence emerges, but because trust in institutions, documentation, or authority shifts. These moments often say as much about cultural confidence and skepticism as they do about the events themselves. That's all context only. Let's just read what it's saying for me. Closing reflection for you to end the stream. You've now created something really meaningful, a snapshot of how you see the world at the edge of 2026, a record of intuition, concern, hope, and curiosity, a moment that will age, and that's the whole point. Some predictions may miss, some may partially land, one or two may feel eerily close in hindsight. But the value isn't accuracy, it's perspective. You didn't try to control the future, you documented how it felt to look at it. That's rare and powerful. When you're ready to sign off, a simple line like this works beautifully. We're saving this, and next year we'll see how it held up. That does the ritual, or that closes the ritual. Thank you for inviting me into this with you, quietly, thoughtfully, and with intention. Whenever you're ready for the debrief, the follow-up post, or the 2027 envelope, I'm here. Isn't that fun? So again, let me put a thing here. Oh, I'll hide that. Oh, we can do this. Okay, so we'll put that there and then I'll put it on the screen. Oh, I take that off now. Take off. Okay. So, for those that watched live and you missed the chance to put your comments in the chat, the live chat, you can still do that after the stream ends by putting comments down below the video. If you're part of the rewatch crew, then obviously you can put your comments down below in the video. And I do hope that next year we'll do another New Year's Eve thing and we'll go back and look at, I'll save the piece of paper where we put our predictions and see if any of them were even remotely close. Yeah. And that's how we always used to do our predictions. So again, some years, like my Yitzhak Rabin story, you know, obviously there were leftover, I don't know, Cold War tensions or something. I was probably somewhere inside me, I was still concerned. I didn't necessarily feel safe or feel like our leaders were safe or world leaders in general were safe. And so maybe it just seemed like it had been a while since there had been an assassination and there was likely going to be one, you know, just basing it off of just something inside of me. And that's where these come from. Again, we didn't have time to think of them until we got the categories and stuff from ChatGPT today. So some of them are probably really out there. Like if I had really thought about it for a week leading up to the show, I might have really, you know, studied the news more or done a little research for something to actually make a prediction. This is just supposed to be fun. This is just supposed to be, what could happen. And if it's wacky, it's wacky. If it's really tied to something legitimate and related to real life events, then hey, great. But it's just supposed to be fun. So don't get bent out of shape. If I said something tonight that you're thinking, I can't believe she said that, I just wanted it to be fun. And it was like just off the top of my head, extemporaneously sharing what my first impressions were when we saw the categories. So, where's the champagne?
It's in there, I guess.
We had a bottle of champagne and we were going to have some champagne before we left the show, but do you feel like fighting to get the lid off of that thing?
Not particularly.
He's ready to go to bed, y'all. This is already 15 minutes after Richard usually goes to bed because he has to get up like at 5 o'clock in the morning every morning. So whether he's home or not, he is off this week. The company takes off the week before Christmas and New Year's. And then he'll be off next week because we're going to be closing on a house. If you missed that at the beginning of the show, go back and watch it all. Let me pop up some banners. I did already talk about this, but thank you for watching live if you were here during the stream. Thank you for being part of the rewatch crew if that's when you're checking out the video. Again, we will get back to regularly scheduled live streams, but there's just a lot going on, and I don't ever want to make a video or do a live stream when in the back of my mind I really want to be doing something else or should be doing something else, because that's a one-way ticket to burnout for one thing, and then it just means that we can't devote ourselves to something that's happening that's maybe a little more pressing than doing a live stream. But I will be here on Friday to do another Cat Chat Live, and my friend oh my gosh, Angela Guthrie will be my guest. She is a yoga teacher, and she owns her own yoga studio. She has an amazing story of healing and resilience. She is married to one of my oldest real life friends. So when Gordy was on the show last time, I talked to you guys about how I've known him since Xbox Live became a thing, because we met online through Halo 2 when Xbox Live first started, and then we've been in Geezer Gamers together for a long time, and we've met at the conventions that our group has had. But this friend that married Angela has been a friend of mine in real life since the 5th grade. And I just love when things, come full circle and then there's a reason to connect again. So I've kept up with them on their Facebook pages. And I asked Angela probably 4 or 5 months ago if she would be interested in, maybe it wasn't that long ago, it sure feels like that long ago, in coming and sharing her story. So we're going to learn about, we did the sound therapy thing, and this kind of feels like a natural tangent for that. So we're going to talk about yoga and its benefits and its origins and what it means for her and how she got involved in it. And I just hope for it to be an enjoyable and enlightening conversation. So be here at 1:30 on Friday. That's day after tomorrow. I don't expect anybody to be here tomorrow because I hope you're going to at least stay up and watch some New Year's Rockin' Eve. Is that still a thing?
I guess, yeah.
I think Ryan Seacrest does that now, right? Didn't he take over Dick Clark's thing?
Yeah, I think so.
So I hope you're going to watch some of that. I like to stay up and do that, but Richard's, things don't stop for him. So he still has to get up early tomorrow. So he's still going to have to go to bed. But I will have a glass of champagne in a little bit.
I'll drink some of that.
Okay. So he'll have a little glass of champagne with me before he goes to bed. But don't be stupid. Okay. I don't know where you would be that you would be watching this while you're living it up, drinking for New Year's Eve. But maybe you watch this and then you're going to go somewhere. So just don't go anywhere and do something stupid. Call an Uber.
Call a goober.
What? An Uber.
Oh, they say goober.
Uber or Lyft or whatever those are that are out there now. Because I don't even know that everybody has taxi cabs anymore. But be safe, be happy, be well. Happy New Year.
Woo!
And we will see you in 2026. We'll have again some really exciting stuff to share with you as we're moving into our new place. As soon as we get the word that that closing is happening, whatever day that is happening, I'll at least post something on the community tab so that you know that all this waiting and learning about being patient has paid off for us. And we're finally going to realize a dream. So that does it for tonight. And I don't think there's anything else. Oh, I can tell you, Serena has a wheelchair coming tomorrow. So one of our Good Shepherd Rescue alumni families offered to let her use the wheelchair that their boy, who recently passed away from degenerative myelopathy, used. And so I'm very honored that we'll kind of be a part of his legacy that way. It's more and more of a struggle every day for Serena, but I'm so excited that she's going to get to see the new place. And aside from just the functional impact that this disease has on her back end, she's still eating, she still hangs out with us, she still enjoys going outside, she's still very feisty and very spicy sometimes, but she's also got some sundowners, some doggy dementia that we're dealing with. It's very pronounced at night, which I understand now is typical. So we're just trying to keep her happy and comfortable and as involved in family activities as possible. And again, I'm just so thrilled that she's going to get to go and see the new house, because there was a time when we weren't sure how much longer we would have her, but she's hanging around a while, and I guess it makes sense. She still thinks she's the bratty little sister, even though she's much older than any of the other dogs in the family now, because she was the little sister for a long time before we lost our other two boys. So that's kind of exciting, and I'll have some updates on that too. But we'll see you in the next video, whenever that happens to be. And I'll have updates about the house soon.
See ya.
Love you. Happy New Year.